Hi, my beautiful people. Welcome to the channel. Lionat right here. So I'm from Zimbabwe, but I'm coming to you live from this beautiful country called Namibia. For those who have no idea where Namibia is located, Namibia is found on the southwestern part of the African continent. That's where you find Namibia. So as someone from Zimbabwe, I was just curious to know what Namibians think of Zimbabweans or Zimbabwe as a country in general. So I decided to go out and ask them myself. So we are going to look at what they say. That's what we're going to be doing in this video. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you've been here before and you've already subscribed, hey, I really appreciate you for taking your precious time to subscribe to the channel and watching the videos as well. Now, if you've been here and you haven't subscribed, hey, what are you waiting for? Please just click that button and subscribe to the channel. Be part of the family. All right, without wasting much of your time, let's just go straight into what Namibians think of Zimbabweans or Zimbabwe in general. When you hear the name Zimbabwe, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
They say Zimbabwe is a witch.
What's yours? That's all.
Yes.
Do you know where Zimbabwe is? You have no idea. Have you met Zimbabweans around here?
Yeah.
In his own words, they say in Zimbabwe there is a witch. Now, don't mind the English, but like it seems as if Namibians think Zimbabwe is very big when it comes to witchcraft. Wow. Is that what you really think of us, like you people, Namibians? Anyway, let me clarify. So when it comes to witchcraft, I personally do not believe in witchcraft, right? But I acknowledge the existence of witchcraft practices in Zimbabwe, right? A lot of people, they do practice witchcraft. And a lot of people, they acknowledge and they believe in the existence of witchcraft practices. Whether people actually do it, there are people who do it. We do know that. But from this guy's perspective, like what they are saying, like from what he has heard, it seems as if they're making Zimbabwe to be this big when it comes to witchcraft. Of which, us as Zimbabweans, we also bow down to some countries that we respect so much when it comes to witchcraft. We're talking countries like Nigeria. We're talking countries like Malawi. We're talking countries like Mozambique. We're talking countries like South Africa. I know people going to South Africa to see sangomas and stuff like that. They call them sangomas in South Africa. People who do those things, traditional healing and all those things. Go to Malawi. We know a lot of people with surnames like Banda. We respect them so much because we know that they practice witchcraft, you know, to the extent that Zimbabweans even go to Malawi to seek for, you know, help and all those things that has to do with witchcraft. But to say Zimbabweans themselves are very big when it comes to this, I don't really say Zimbabweans are very big when it comes to witchcraft. But in Africa, almost every country practices witchcraft. It's only a matter of which country is bigger than which. Even in Namibia, I'm sure they also practice witchcraft, right?
Oh my God, I'm fine.
Yeah, so what's your name?
My name is Jason.
Jason.
Yes.
Yeah, nice to meet you, my guy. I'm from Zimbabwe. I just want to know, I'm curious, when you hear the name Zimbabwe, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The first thing that comes to my mind is that like I've seen a lot of people like from Zimbabwe here, like they're kind of hard workers. Yeah, they kind of inspire us, like just not to be sleeping in the house and like do something for a living and yeah, get some money and then support your family, put something on the table.
So this guy is saying Zimbabweans are hard workers, and I do agree with him because you see the Zimbabweans that these guys interact with are Zimbabweans who have left, most of them have left Zimbabwe looking for greener pastures. So out here, outside Zimbabwe, they are working so hard. You go to South Africa, there are Zimbabweans, you know, who are working day and night, right? So that they can send money back home. It's not easy out there. So it's true that Zimbabweans are hardworking. And naturally, Zimbabwean people are just hardworking. Not everyone though, but most of the Zimbabweans, they're hardworking. But generally, African people, they are hardworking, right? That's why even during slave trade, they had to come and get Africans to go there and work, because Africans can work. Look at people like Nigerians. They are hustlers. They go outside their comfort zone and try to earn a living and try to survive, right? So Africans, men, generally, they are hardworking people.
Hi, how are you, my guy?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm okay. So today I just have one question for you. I just want to have your opinion on Zimbabweans, or Zimbabwe as a country in general. What do you know, and what's your perception of Zimbabweans in general?
My perception of Zimbabwe would be the same as the perception of any other Southern African country. Not only are they our brother and sister, not only are they our sibling within the SADC region, but we share a whole lot of history together in terms of our struggles for independence. So our governments will forever be intertwined. So that's what I think about the people of Zimbabweans is they have a wonderful culture. I still haven't really found the time to study their culture yet, because my neighbor is actually Zimbabwean. So, but the language, you guys, you have a really wonderful language. I've heard about your cultural food. I've tasted some of it. I don't know the names, but I've tasted some of it. It's really wonderful. And yeah, I don't really have a problem with Zimbabweans, as a matter of fact.
Do you know where Zimbabwe is on the
Yes.
map? Where is it?
It's, I would say, is north, from Namibia's standpoint, it's northeastern.
Wow. So these guys seem to be well knowledgeable about the relationship between Zimbabwe and Namibia. All right. He talked about how we are siblings in the SADC region. Yes, we are. He talked about the history that we share. I mean, if you look at the struggle for independence, these revolutionary parties, SWAPO from Namibia, ZANU-PF from Zimbabwe, and even other revolutionary parties in SADC, that is ANC from South Africa, FRELIMO from Mozambique, CCM from Tanzania, MPLA from Angola. We had the same problems that we were trying to deal with, and we developed a bond. We're just dealing with different people. For example, in Zimbabwe, we're dealing with the British. In Mozambique and Angola, I think it is the Portuguese. And here in Namibia, they were dealing with the Germans, right? Anyway, that's beyond the point. The guy also talked about how the Zimbabwean culture is beautiful and nice. Yeah, that's also great. And he said our language is, is beautiful. So I don't know which language he's referring to. There is Shona, there is Ndebele, and other languages, but these two that I've mentioned are the dominant ones. But I think he was just referring to Shona. Well, yo, guys, I speak Shona, so that's why I think he's talking about Shona. Because he said his neighbor is Zimbabwean, and I assume a lot of Zimbabweans that are out here that I've met are Shona-speaking Zimbabweans. And what else did he say? He said he talked something about our food. He said he tasted our traditional meal. I don't know which traditional food he's talking about, but I believe in Africa we eat almost the same thing, like pap. In Zimbabwe we call it sadza. In other countries they call it maybe nsima. That is Malawi and Zambia, and in Tanzania and Kenya they say ugali. I think Uganda as well, they call it ugali. So yeah, this guy here, he said something meaningful about Zimbabwe and Namibia. Let's check the next one.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm okay. What are your names?
My name is Cassandra.
And you?
My name is Auli.
Okay. So I just want to ask you guys, what do you know about Zimbabwe?
I know nothing about Zimbabwe.
And you too?
I don't know about the country in general, but the people are providing us with goods on credit, which we are going to pay them later on, and it's at an affordable price.
Wow, that's really nice. Last question. Do you know where Zimbabwe is on the map?
No, I don't know.
I know it's our neighboring country. I don't know if it's on the right or the left.
These two. Well, so the first one said she knows nothing about Zimbabwe. Girl, really? You know nothing about Zimbabwe? Guys, I thought Zimbabweans were so influential on the continent. My fellow people, what are we doing out there? We must leave a mark. Anyway, let me tell you something about Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is a country located on the southern part of the African continent. We share a border with South Africa, Mozambique, Zambia, and Botswana. Our country is good with nice food, nice people. Our capital is Harare. You can come and check it out. What else? What else? One of the most prominent names in Zimbabwe, that was Mugabe, is dead. I'm sure many people knows Mugabe, and how come you don't know that? Anyway, I'm not blaming you, but like I've shared some few things that from now on you can know about Zimbabwe. And we also have good music. You can listen to Ja Preza, Wingy D, just type those names and you know. Anyway, I'm not here to prolong this video. Let's just look at what the other one said. The other one talked about how Zimbabweans are giving Namibians products on credit. So there are a lot of Zimbabweans here who are doing business, who are selling stuff to Namibians. So they sell this stuff on a program whereby they, you know, they give you the stuff, you pay half, and then you will pay the rest at the end of the month, or they can give you for free and then you start paying by the end of the month. So basically that's it. You buy on credit and then you pay later. So it's a good thing actually, because sometimes people don't have enough cash to buy stuff. So that's what these Zimbabweans are doing, which is a good thing. It's a win-win situation for the buyer and the seller. And they say Zimbabwe is our neighboring country. Let me just correct you. I'm not blaming you for not knowing. But Zimbabwe, I don't think it's a neighboring country of Namibia. You guys share a border with Botswana and Zambia, but it's very, very close. If you look like on the northeastern part of Namibia, it's very, very close to Victoria Falls. So probably that's why I think we share a border with you guys.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay.
No.
So I just want to ask you, what do you know about Zimbabwe, or what do you think of Zimbabweans in general?
What I know about Zimbabweans is that I know that they are my neighboring country. Plus about the people, I don't know much about them, but all I know about the people is just the most people that come sell like clothes and shoes. Those are the most people I know from Zimbabweans, and that's where I got to know more Zimbabweans from.
Do you know where Zimbabwe is on the map?
Yes, I don't know it, and I'll
Where
be
is
able
it?
to identify just next to Namibia, but outside on the
Would you like to visit?
Yes, I would love to visit it.
Okay.
I would really love to visit Zimbabwe.
Okay, so this one also thinks that Namibia and Zimbabwe are neighboring countries. Yes, we are very, very close to each other. I mean, if you look at this region, this side of Katima and Victoria Falls, we are very, very close to each other, but we don't share a border between Zimbabwe and Namibia. And she also talked about how Zimbabweans are selling stuff out here. So it seems Zimbabweans are very, very popular for selling stuff in Namibia. So now I just want to briefly share with you some views and opinions that were given by other Namibians who didn't want to be on camera due to personal reasons. One guy said Zimbabweans are extremely poor. Wow. That's what they think of us, guys. They think Zimbabweans are extremely poor. Now, let me say this. Zimbabweans are not extremely poor, right? It's very wrong to generalize to say Zimbabweans are extremely poor. There are some Zimbabweans who are extremely poor, like there are Namibians who are extremely poor, like there are South Africans who are extremely poor. Poverty is everywhere. Trust me, I've traveled in this southern African region well enough to see what kind of lifestyle that these people are living. In Namibia, there is poverty. In South Africa, there is poverty. In Mozambique, there is poverty. Poverty is everywhere, guys. And even in Zimbabwe, there is poverty. But there are people living a good life in Zimbabwe. There are people actually, you know, making it in Zimbabwe. There are Zimbabweans who are living a good life outside Zimbabwe. So to say Zimbabweans are extremely poor, that's a wrong statement to make. And other people talked about Victoria Falls. It seems Victoria Falls is the most popular destination that people talk about. But guys, there are also other places that you can come and, you know, visit in Zimbabwe. We have Chimanimani, we have the Great Zimbabwe, we have the Chinoi Caves, we have areas like Nyanga and Mutare. Guys, you will love Zimbabwe. You will love Zimbabwe. We have Gonare National Park, a lot of places that you can come, you know, and visit. Other people, they were just talking about how Zimbabweans are hardworking and stuff like that. right? So yeah, it was something interesting. I really wanted to know what Namibians think of us. So if you are a Namibian, you can let us know in the comment section what you also think of Zimbabweans, or what you know about Zimbabwe, or yeah, your encounter with the Zimbabwean people. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please consider subscribing to the channel. More videos will be coming.